Okay, this is class 3 of No More Hitting, and this is our final segment, segment 5. And I want to tell you a little anecdote here. One of our instructors, before she was an instructor, learned parenting by connection, and she has 2 boys, and they were often at odds with one another, and the older child was aggressive towards the younger one. And so they began using listening tools and began seeing the effectiveness of it all, and then decided to take a 10-day vacation. And I think they'd been using listening tools for about 9 months at that time, maybe a little longer. But one of the principles, or one of the things that you find out, is the more time you spend together with your children, the oftener feelings will come up because of the reassurance of your presence. And in particular on vacation, your presence, while far less distracted by other things and work and keeping the house up and cleaning and all of that. It's like vacation is good for everybody, but it means that your children can feel you in closer, they can feel more attention coming from you, and their instinct to heal gets all revved up. So this family went on vacation. It involved an airplane ride, and when they got there, both of their children had a big hour-long, stay listening time the first day. And every day for the whole 10 days, there was at least an hour where one of the children was having a huge issue about shoes or toothpaste or, sand under their fingernails, or, not wanting to sleep in this bed but wanting to sleep in that bed, anything at all. And the parents were going, whoa, we came on vacation, what happened? There's all of this outpouring of feelings. And they rode with it. They were able to support one another pretty well. It wasn't quite the vacation they signed up for, but they also know that this work is good and that somehow it would help. But, they were a little disappointed that they didn't get there, sort of lying on the sand with the sun shining down and the children playing quietly kind of vacation. It was sort of their children's emotional spa, lots and lots of chance to work on feelings. And I think the final big cry was on the jetway, on the way into the plane, on the way home. There was a great big explosion, and the child threw himself down on the jetway and sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. And the mother had enough courage to sort of stay there on the jetway and let people keep passing, so that she could listen to him crying before they got on the plane, so that it wasn't, he could do the work he needed to do, while not strapped into a seat. And he was fine on the way home. She was smart there. And when they got home, the older child, who was the one that had the aggression and the troubles with his brother, all of a sudden, they get home, and within 2 days, he's marching around the house, showing her how he likes vegetables now. He was a child who never, ever ate vegetables. Couldn't get him to touch a vegetable. Very picky eater. And you never really know what's going to come unglued, what piece of rigid behavior is going to come loose when you're listening to a child. But within 2 days, he was kind of prancing around the house. Mom, I eat salad now, and putting a piece of lettuce in his mouth and chewing and swallowing and grinning. And then, Mom, I eat broccoli now, and then popping broccoli in his mouth and then chewing that. And he was just all elated because he knew his mom and dad really wanted him to eat vegetables, and now he could do it. And it was just a night and day difference, 10 days of lots and lots of feelings, and all of a sudden I have a child who loves vegetables and is happy about it and feels empowered by it. So you actually don't quite know what the results of all your listening are going to be, but the results will be good. They will be more flexible behavior in one way or another. So what I want to do in this final segment is to thank you, first of all, for being willing to try something which is not conventional, not easy, but very, very effective. And I hope you've had good experiences as you've experimented with it. I really hope your children have shown you that they love to feel more connected with you, and have shown you a really good response to the connection that you've poured towards them in special time and in stay listening, and the safety that you've offered them as you've brought the limit and then listened to how they have felt about it. And I hope you're eager for more. We at Hand in Hand Parenting are really trying to develop a a menu of resources that can help parents at every stage of parenting. We're not there about the every stage part yet, but we do have a menu of things that can help you. The thing that I most highly recommend that you do next, if you're interested and you want to continue exploring using these tools to benefit yourself and your family, is our Building Emotional Understanding class. It's a 6-week class. You can take it from anywhere in the world. We offer it at lots of different times of day, in lots of different time zones, with instructors who have a lot of background in using listening tools in their families and with children outside their families. They can mentor you as you learn the tools. You can ask them your very particular questions about your very particular situation and your very dear children. And they will also do listening time on the phone in every class. So there's a parent support group. It's short, but it is an introduction to listening to other parents and being listened to how to do a listening exchange. And you will meet other parents on these phone calls or in person if you live in the Bay Area who are really interested in resourcing themselves better as parents and who want to use these listening exchanges to bolster their support and to give themselves the support that they deserve. So it's a really good way of being mentored as you use the tools, having a chance to ask the questions you need to ask, and of getting the support that most parents do not get and can hardly even dream of. And for many parents, it changes everything about how parenting feels, just even within 6 weeks. It's like, when's my call? I've got to have my call. It makes such a difference to be in contact with other parents who are really trying and are really able to show where it's hard, say where it's hard, and work on the feelings about how hard it gets. This is something somehow reassuring and hopeful, and it just relieves you of blaming yourself over and over again for all the things that aren't quite the way you want them to be. So I recommend that you take the Building Emotional Understanding class. We start on average 2 classes a month at this point, and we'll probably start more as we build our organization. You can have a consultant help you directly with an hour of listening and mentoring. And we put our most experienced people in as consultants, and you can have this person to help you as many times as you like. We do have some support groups that are run by conference call. In general, you need to have taken a Building Emotional Understanding class in order to be in a support group, but we're going to be expanding those services in the coming year. There's a blog where you can read success stories from other parents who've been using Parenting by Connection. We have articles, a lot of articles, and I will be recommending some of these to you in the written materials that you get and giving you links to those. We do free teleseminars, so you can introduce friends and neighbors and people who take care of your children to this Parenting by Connection approach without having to explain it all yourself. And you can buy recordings of teleseminars, little podcasts from us at our store, along with the booklets that we have explaining this approach. So we're trying in every way we can to resource you, to help you deliver your love to your child in the very best possible way, and to help you go to bed at night feeling like you did a good job, you provided your children with exactly what they need to thrive and grow and love well in the world. Your support is very, very important to us, and we hope you'll come to us and explore what we have for you and make good use of it. Your children are that important. You are that important. Raising your children with all of your love is very, very important, and we want to support you in any way we can. Thank you.